Hi, I'm David Branch. I'm the creator of the Strategic Success Academy. 21 years ago, I began two businesses, a contracting business and an environmental business. And 6 years ago, I became the owner of those businesses. You see, for the first 15 years, they owned me. And all I had to show for it was a $500,000 hole of debt that I had dug. But in 4 short years, I was able to turn all of that around, pay off that debt, and increase our company's profits by over 2,000%. 2,000%. I'm not kidding. You know, when I first started my business, it's because I wanted more. I wanted to achieve more. And just like you, I didn't want to be held back by some hourly paying job that only exchanged my time for money. And I didn't want to be held into some salary position where I was capped in my ability to earn. I wanted to be paid for my results. I wanted to be able to be compensated for what I could create and what I could produce, just like you. But somewhere along the way, I kind of got hung up in the briars, and my business became this beast that was just consuming me. Because see, I started my business as an 18-year-old kid, and I didn't have a clue how to run a business. I just knew how to work hard and sweat, and that was it. But see, there's more to it than just working hard. There's got to be a strategy and a tactic. We've got to be smart about this thing. But I didn't know what to do. I'm going to start my story in 2010. I remember I was sitting in my office, and this lady walked in, and she flashed her badge and introduced herself as an agent from the Internal Revenue Service. She had come to collect delinquent payroll taxes. You see, I owed a lot of money that I didn't have. The fear that I felt in that moment drove me to make a change. Because see, my greatest fear in life has always been failure, especially financial failure. And in that moment, as that lady was standing there, all I could think was, I had failed. It's over. I'm going to lose everything I got. But then as I thought about it some more, I was like, no, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept failure. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to push through this thing, and I'm going to make a change. But I didn't know what to do. So I just started praying about it. I was like, Lord, just help me out. I know I haven't been a good steward of what you've trusted me with, but I don't know what to do. Maybe just send me a mentor, somebody to show me a better way. And he did. My wife and I attended one of Dave Ramsey's events, and after the opening dinner ceremony, they gave us the opportunity to come up and meet with Dave and his wife. And so as my wife and Dave's wife stepped over to the side and they just started talking, I just started pouring my heart out to Dave. I was telling him about my financial problems and all the debt and the internal revenue issues. And then I told him about my team or my employees, and how I felt like I was just running an adult daycare. Then I started telling him about my wife and my marriage and how she just didn't understand the stress and the problems I was going through as a business owner. And I was like, you seem to have your marriage under control pretty good. How about give me some tips? What do I say to my wife? And I thought he would just kind of buddy up with me, and maybe give me some tips and maybe pump me up, make me feel a little better. But he didn't. Instead, he's like, man, the problem with your business and with your marriage is you. And if you want to fix those, you got to start with fixing yourself. You've got to fix your way of thinking. Man, that's not what I wanted to hear. I mean, I wanted just answers. Well, as I got home, I started thinking about it. And I was like, he's right. I am the problem. But if I'm the problem, then I'm also the solution. So I've just got to start with fixing me. But I didn't know what to do. So I just started reading a lot of books, and I hired a business coach to kind of help me get some systems in place. Then I hired a counselor to fix my head and help me work on my marriage. And slowly, things started to turn around. As I was applying the things I was learning, we started gaining a little momentum. My marriage became a little bit better. My business became a little bit better. I started getting out of the financial hole I was in. And life just started getting good all the way around. And as I continued to grow as the leader, all those things began to grow. I no longer became trapped by my business. My marriage became life-giving. Finances were never a problem anymore. And I'm going to show you how to do the same thing. I'm going to show you how to escape the traps of your business so that it gives you what you started it for. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. Why did we start our businesses? I mean, what was it that really drove you? You wanted more, but more of what? Here's what I believe it is. You wanted to pursue your dreams. There are things that you want in this world. There are things you want to do, things you want to achieve, places you want to go. Maybe your dream of having a family, maybe owning a farm or whatever it may be. We all have a dream that we want to pursue. Second reason, we want to discover our mission. Now I believe that we were all uniquely made, and we were placed right here in this moment of time to make a difference in the world, greater than anything we'll ever know. And we all want to know that we make a difference and that our life truly matters. The third reason, we want to live fully alive so that we finish our life with no regrets. That is what we want. But there's a problem. These things don't come easy. We have to work to get to these. So we have a need. The first thing we need is freedom. We need freedom to pursue our dreams, to discover our mission, and to live fully alive. It takes time. And we need the freedom to be able to adjust our own schedules and to take control of our lives. But there's something else we need. Money. Freedom does not come free. We have to have money to support the freedom so that we have the time and the resources to achieve this. Plain and simple. That's what it is. This is why we began our business. Two simple reasons. Freedom and the money we need to support that freedom. The freedom, the money and the freedom become the vehicle for these. That is why you stepped out and took the risk to begin your business. Right there. But how do you get this? Well, you decided you start your own business. But we all know that running a business is hard. It's a lot of work. But there are some keys to success. Success is this. And I want to teach you the 4 keys to you living a successful life. For you to building a company that will provide you the opportunity, the money and the freedom to live this. Now, on this video, there's going to be a form, and I need you to fill it out, put in your name and your email so I can send you these 4 free videos. Once you start implementing what you learn from this, you'll start getting more of both of these so you can pursue this. Now, everything I'm going to teach is going to tie back to these right here. So you can ultimately get this. Got it? Good. Now the first video I'm going to send you is over the number one main component to the success of your business. You, the leadership. As we know, everything rises and falls based upon the leadership. If the leadership is healthy, then the organization or the business can be healthy. If the leadership, or simply the perspective of the leadership, is unhealthy, then the business or the organization will be unhealthy as well. Now, when I first began my business, I was not a leader. Nobody ever accused me of that. I was simply the boss. All I did was told people what to do. I had a goal. I had something I was trying to achieve, and I didn't care who I knocked down or stepped on along the way to get it. I was not a leader. I was a horrible person to be around in any part of my life, because when you are just a boss at work, you're really a boss in your entire life. You don't just change and flip a switch. When you're that person everywhere. Everybody in my life just walked around eggshells because they knew I could just snap at any minute. But when I learned how to become a leader, everything changed. You see, when I was the boss, I had to manage things. I had my thumb on everything, on all the people, on all the work they were doing, everything. And when you're a leader, you're a big picture person. You're a visionary. And you hate managing. It just sucks the life out of you, and you know it. But when you become the leader and you quit pushing people, but that you pull them and you lead them along, everything in your life changes. I remember a couple years back, I attended one of Tony Robbins' events. And he said somewhere in that event that business operators get tired, but that business owners get rich. Now, that really challenged me, because at the time, I was still a business operator. And I'd never even heard the idea of business owner. I mean, I thought I owned my business, but I didn't. It owned me. And I was involved in operating everything. Well, I'm going to teach you how to get out of the operator seat for good and become the owner of your business. That sounds great, doesn't it? Now, the second video I'm going to send you is over the second major component to the success of your business. Your team. Without your team, everything is on you. You're doing it all. If you're doing it all, you don't get any of this. And if you're doing it all, you can't scale that, and so you're not getting very much of this. It takes a team, a great team, to give you freedom and money. Because if you have a bad team, if you have employees, if you just have people that show up and you pay them by the hour, or you pay them just a straight salary, they're not motivated to win. They're not winning and losing by the same measures that you are. When you pay a man for his time on an hourly basis, you are instantly opponents, because the only way that he can make more money is to work longer. But you know that you and your business have to get that job done quicker so you can get out and make more money. And there's no way that you can pay a man by his time and expect him to get the job done quicker, because his incentive is to take longer. Look, I paid people by the hour for years. That is stupid. I didn't know it was stupid at the time, but it was. It was stupid. And when you pay people by salary, you're basically saying you're worth this no matter if you do less or you do more. This is all you're worth. That's it. And maybe next year you'll get a 3% raise. How demoralizing is that to anybody? It's horrible. We don't do that anymore. We build a team that wins and loses by the same measure that we do. by their by their ability, we give them opportunity, right? Their ability to earn based upon their ability to affect profits. As they make profits go up, their money goes up. The same as with us. When profits go up, our money goes up, right? Well, I'm going to teach you how to build that team. The team that gets it done quicker and goes home and gets to have freedom. Okay? And when they're getting paid for their production, for their value that they're bringing, for their ability to contribute to the profits, these people are knocking it out and they're taking home more money. And they get what we want. Dreams, mission, and to live fully alive. See, our team wants the same thing we do. And it's up to us as the leaders to give them the opportunity to live their life fully alive. The only way we can do that is we give them the opportunity to earn more in less time so they can go home. You see what I'm saying? We've got to set up a system that rewards them for their efforts and for their production, not just for their time. Okay? Now, the third video I'm going to send you is over the third major component in your business. Your product. Now, chances are you know your product better than anything else in your company, because I'm going to bet that, like most of us, you began as the technician, okay? You worked for somebody as a plumber or an electrician, or maybe you worked in a restaurant, or maybe you worked in a gym somewhere, and some point in time you decided that you were making the owner rich and that you were doing all the work, because isn't that what everybody thinks, right? And you're like, man, I'm making him rich. He's riding around in the air conditioner. I ain't doing this no more. So you decided you'd start your own business. That's a great idea, right? But you started it off as the technician. And so you were always on the job. You always had to be there producing the product or delivering the service. And so when you're always there and you're always dependent on to produce, you don't get any freedom. And when you're always on the job and you have to produce, you're strangling your money because you're always there and you can't scale it. And when you're so dependent upon to produce the product, you don't get the main reason you started your business for. You don't get any of these. I'm going to teach you how to produce a product through your team. Now, not just how to produce a product, okay? I'm talking about how to produce a product that you have confidence in, one that you know is delivering excellence to your customers. I'm going to teach you how to create a system that rewards your team for producing a great product. Then you're going to get out of the way and let them do it. And then when you do that, they're going to produce what's going to be in your fourth video, the fourth major component of your business. Profits. If you don't have profits, then you got a hobby or a bad habit that you need to break. I don't know. But we've got to have profits, and substantial profits. Okay? Now, I'm going to teach you how to earn more money. Remember, one of my companies had a 2,000% increase in profits. And here's how we got that. I learned to become the leader, not the manager. I learned how to build a dynamic team of rock stars, not people that just were average anymore. Only people that want more out of life, people that want the same thing we want, and they're willing to work like crazy to get it. The only difference is they're just not willing to take the financial risk like you are. That's it. When you lead a team of dynamic, awesome rock star people, they produce an awesome product in less time. Everybody makes more money. They go home with money in their pocket. They have freedom to live out their dreams, their mission, and to live fully alive. Look, this is very simple. Look, there's nothing special about me. For 15 years, I did it wrong. And by simply reading some books, going to conferences, and putting mentors and coaches in my life, I've been able to turn all this around. And I want the same for you. So make sure you enter your information so I can send you these videos. Now, until then, I want you to pursue your dreams, discover your mission, and live fully alive. Have a great day.